Little Hillary, Cam Crush for Hillary.
Or Wii games is my favorite games.
Favorite games.
I love you, little Hillary.
3, 2, 1.
Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Straight out of the Scarlet Halls and 2 weeks out from the road to WrestleMania being completed, I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, ready for WrestleMania.
Pump it up, pump it up.
I'm gonna take the Demon, Kane, and the Undertaker and put them underneath my big beefy arms and just give them the business.
You know, the Kane's mayor of some place in Tennessee. You can't do that anymore. You can't call him out. He has
I
political
don't
power.
care if he's an elected official. I'm gonna take him and put him in the sharp shinner. It's where I take his shins and I just hold them.
Who will survive?
In episode 16 of Do Not Relent. Hey, 16. We're in March, right? So this is episode 316. Andu in 316 says, I just whooped your ass. That's a Stone Cold reference.
Sweet 16.
I'm pretty sure you just said Anduin 316, which I guess is on point for our podcast. So
Anduin 316 says, I just healed your ass. There you go.
Anduin 316, I just shed a tear. Oh, Auntie Jaina.
Tiffin, that's my mom.
So
Now he's British all of a sudden.
Because this is, I always do in British. Because this is an auditory-based podcast, I'll just have to make a noise every time I point towards the WrestleMania sign. So please just get ready for that one. Oh.
I'm ready. And also we can bring breaking WrestleMania news that Joan Jett will indeed be performing at WrestleMania for Ronda Rousey's theme song. So get hyped. We can see those old bones shaking again.
She got wheeled out of hospice. Let's go.
So, what did you guys do in WoW this week? Aaron, what did you do?
Well, this week I was mostly in the Brawlers Guild. I decided to follow up on that quest line, and I got part of the way done. I wasn't able to finish it in one day like you were, but I was able to put down some serious progress. But I did get chased out by angry members of the Brawlers Guild, and this is entirely my fault. There's a part of the questline in which you have to throw a match to prove your loyalty, but there's also a part where you have to earn gold by betting on matches, and I definitely did not tell the rest of my constituents I would be throwing this match.
Oh,
so
boy.
In level 2, they bet on me, and then I sat there, and the boss, it was the slime guy who multiplies, so he's not very strong. So he was just sitting there wailing on me, and people were whispering me like, I fucking lost my money because of you. I hate you. There's like 3 people blowing me up, and I'm like, each one I was just like, I'm so sorry. And they saw me shamefully take my body back to the guy like, I did the quest.
Well, it's kind of on them too. If they needed a win, they should probably have confirmed that you were not throwing it, because they should also know that that they have to lose a match in this quest line.
Don't you put the burden of proof on them. Growliina was in the wrong. I would have been throwing shit at Growliina, throwing tomatoes.
It stands to be reasoned the gentleman who invited me to his VIP booth to do the interview on last week's Growl on the Prowl did not want to speak to me for a follow-up after this event. Other than that, it was just hanging with my boy Randleman and leveling him through Duskwood. Just to let you know, a week later, the Mage Hunting Society is still out there. My dude is still sounding off, trying to hunt down that mage.
Like the same guy? It's the same people?
Same guy.
Yo, that's awesome though. That's sick. It's like a weird sense of community.
It also means that this horde mage is still on the loose.
We gotta find him. Every time we put him down, he only comes back stronger. But you know where he won't be coming?
WrestleMania.
That was me pointing at the sign, sister.
I hope Flowrider's there again. He's always there.
Just in the background. Hey, it's me, Flowrider. I don't do much other than be at WrestleMania.
Someday he'll be invited to be part of the Hall of Fame.
What if Florida is the mage that's running around causing all this trouble?
He has the time to be on so much. You know what? When WrestleMania is when it's happening, I'll have to check to see if the mage is on. Be like, it was Flo Rida. It says he's logged
You're
on.
you're just gonna see chat come across the screen. There he is, guys. We're gonna get him, and it's like some like WoW chat has been transposed onto the screen. You see your crew hunting him.
So didn't have a lot of adventures, but they were the ones I did were fun. So immunization. What did you do this week?
This week, I didn't get to play as much as I had in the last few weeks, but I did all my normal daily things. I have been throwing islands into the mix reliably over the last few weeks because, as we've been saying, they're fun now.
Where's my island invites?
Have you run into any bats? You know I'm on the lookout.
No bats yet, and I really haven't gotten any drops. I've only gotten some doubloons, so maybe I'll save them up for something cool. But
Is it true that they buffed the doubloons that you gain now? Do you know?
I don't remember what's a reference of how much they used to give.
3.
Before they gave like 20, and then they gave 3, and supposedly now they're back to giving like 16, like a fuck ton.
Oh, well, yeah, on my last run of islands, I was getting like 10s. So,
Big albatross, here we come, baby. What's that, like 7,000?
It's like the most, and it's also really ugly.
Yep, I definitely No, it wasn't the albatross. It was the night saber, or you can get like the alliance bug. And I have enough alliance points for the bug, so I'm like, do I really want the night saber? So
Those are different
definitely
currencies.
Yeah, it's different currencies, but it's like they hang out next to each other. It's currencies I have a lot of that I don't remember I have a lot of.
fair enough. But other than that, I've been continuing to level my Coltiran Druid. He just hit level 60, which
North.
now I have the age-old decision of do I want to do Northrend or do I want to do Outland, because I never know which one I want to do.
I was going to ask, what are you going to pick? But you just said you didn't know, so that's not a very good question to ask.
Yeah, this morning I
Um,
just dinged 60, so I haven't made that decision yet. After this podcast, I guess I'll have to.
I think what you have to do is you're going to have to put Outland and Northrend in a best of 7 Sheamus and Cesaro classic match. And whoever comes out on top is going to be who you level in.
So you're telling me that the result of this will be both regions will find out that they're actually best friends and win multiple tag team championships.
And then you're going to run them both.
Okay, there you have it.
it's really comes down to the amount of polygons you want on your armor, because everyone knows that Burning Crusade, your average set of shoulders would have 2. It would just be like a literal red triangle on your shoulders. But at the same time, Wrath of the Lich King had too many. I look at some of those shoulders, some of those things, I'm like, there's just so much to this. It's just an eyesore. So I guess it's really if you prefer feast or famine when it comes to polygons on your equipment.
I'll see where I end up going. I mean, eventually I'll do both because I am on that quest for becoming a lore master.
Nice.
Wow. How far are you?
I am almost done with Eastern Kingdoms. I only have 2 or 3 more regions now, which I guess on my next I'll knock out of the park.
Now, what's your Kalimdor at, though? That's the real question.
None.
Not a 1. I think I have Stone Talon, and I think that's it for Kalimdor. That's really... Do we have to do, like, Duratar and, like, Senjin Isles, ones like that?
No, they don't make it, so you have to do, you don't have to do the Horde ones.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's not any better, because I was doing Ashenvale, and it's just so far from home, and it's just... I don't know. I just don't like Kalimdor. It's not a very good continent, in my opinion.
The continent just ain't right.
They make 2 for a reason, damn it. One's clearly better.
Slide, what did you do this week?
This week, I decided I was going to take advantage of the easy Mythic Plus affixes, and I was gonna right the wrong that is my Raider IO score, because I want pugs to think highly of me for some reason. So I ran a bunch of 9 and 10 dungeons back to back. Frostmage is super good in Mythic Plus, so I felt like an all-star. I ran some rated battlegrounds. I got a couple of wins, made some new friends that I added on BNet, and I think I'm 4 wins away from getting a satchel where I get to choose which mount I want to get, which I think is going to have to be the big war bear. Though I kind of do want the stupid machine gun Gatling Strider for my gnome.
Ooh.
Because nobody rides it. But
Literally
also,
no one rides even standard Meccano Striders.
yeah, and like the gun one it's way cool. It's got like a gun for a nose. So I don't know. I kind of want it, but then I'm worried I'm never gonna ride it. Or I know I'm gonna ride that fucking Warbear. That thing's huge and beautiful. So we'll see. I'll probably have an update for you next week because I'm assuming I'm gonna get those 4 wins. Knock on glass, because fuck, I need them. I've also started collecting shirts because we've learned of a mystical future update where they're going to be hiding chests soon, which means shirts are going to matter a whole lot more. So I've been doing my own shirt collection to gather up all the shirts that I can so I can show off my awesome clothes.
I'll probably just go naked. I just probably won't have a shirt
no.
on.
Oh,
I'm
no.
that guy.
But then you have to figure out what pants best match your bra.
That's very true. And no one's bras are doing well, but the Morgan one especially looks like a Taco Bell napkin. So
Don't you dare say bad things about Taco Bell or their napkins.
their napkins are the most
napkins.
their napkins are the most dependable napkin I have ever run into. Literally, when I got my car, my father made us go through the Taco Bell drive-thru and said, "It's my boy's first day in his car. Can you get us 50 napkins?" And they were like, "What?"
Is this a real story?
This is a real story.
Oh, Gary, no.
He requested 50 napkins, and when it came out, they're like, "Here's all your napkins." And he was sitting in the glove, or he was sitting in the glove. He was sitting in the passenger seat.
Hey, Aaron, I'm sitting.
He opened up the glove box and he put 48 of them in there, and he's like, "It's the most dependable napkin you'll ever see."
Please tell me that Gary sat there and counted out 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Did
3?
he count those fucking napkins?
Well, no,
Excuse me, there's 49.
I think he just took one for me and one for him. Like, I'm sorry, no. Actually, updating the story, because I do remember my father. 47 napkins were put in there because he gave me one, and he always has 2 napkins. He looks at me dead in the face and says, "One for blowing, one for showing."
What? Are you telling me that he always carries 2 napkins on him?
Whenever he eats, he has 2 paper towels or napkins with him.
What?
Quote, "One for showing, one for blowing."
What is he showing off? The napkin? Is it like a prestigious symbol?
No, I think he means like when he. Oh, I'm fucking dying over here. when he eats, he uses one napkin to clean his mouth, and then he hides a secret napkin in his pocket, which is a handkerchief, so he can blow his nose. Because that man loves to blow his nose.
You always need a backup napkin.
You do. One for blowing, one for showing.
I was going to say, you know what they say? 1 for blowing, 1 for showing. It sounds very suggestive, and I don't like it, Gary.
I don't know. I think these are just sage wisdoms passed down for generations.
Ooh. Thanks,
How is he
Dad.
sitting in that glove box?
He's a big man. He's like 6 foot. He used to play football. How's he sitting in that glove box like it's the luck of the Irish?
I love that decom. It's a good one.
Shane, don't squish me. I'm a leprechaun now.
Speaking of small people and being squished, this week we downed Mechatork for the first time in Raid, and Heroic,
Step
that is.
on me.
That was a quality segue there, friend.
I did it.
Also, I would like to put an addendum on your statement. You guys did, because everyone decided to get their beans and cheese together right after I left Raid.
Our beans and cheese.
Your beans and cheese, you put them together on one plate. It was all mixed up, and we were failing. And I'm like, I'm gonna leave early because I'm a little tired, and like I didn't have a mic. My mic wasn't working, so I'm gonna leave. And then literally like the next poll, you guys down them. Now I have to add that to my normal Jaina of like bosses we've finished that I have not completed.
I was going to say, our beans and cheese were put together. I thought you left because of that thing where you were typing in chat, and then Scott said, having a mic would be a lot easier than this, and then he immediately explodes and his Mac dies.
I was trying. I was honestly trying. I didn't. The app was being weird. I have it fixed now. Although I did try and go on mic and be silly, and then it was like, clear the channels, please. So I learned my place.
Gotta find the happy medium.
Yeah, there's a happy medium between the goofs and the giggles and the regular beans and cheese, if you know
And
what
the
I mean.
goops and the gags.
And the showin and the blowin. But yeah, we did it. We fucking killed Mechatorg. He stepped on us, daddy, and then we stepped on him. It felt pretty good. Was it down to the wire or was it clean? I kind of blacked out because I think I was dead during this fight.
I don't remember either.
I remember I was dead at the beginning, and I'm like, we're fucked. We're dead. It's over. And then I saw it. I saw the B-res from Lynn, and the second I was resed, I was put into a mech. And I was like, I was born for this, baby. And I called our shots, and I got us out of that mech, and me and Myth and somebody else popped out all in unison, and we wrecked Mechatork. Ugh. That was actually probably one of our most satisfying kills, I would say. Because that one was giving us fucking hell. So much hell.
I thought we were gonna hit another plateau like we did on Spider Boss and Emerald Nightmare, where like we just were stuck on them for weeks and weeks.
Spider Bird Boss and Emerald Nightmare was probably my least favorite fight with the guild. But then I remember how bad we were on Ninth Dendra. So you know what? I think all of Emerald Nightmare was just trouble for us.
I remember back in the day when we would enter a boss at normal and then be stuck there for a month.
Yep,
Yeah, like
yep,
Emerald
yep.
Nightmare, yeah, that first poopy dragon boss is just like, okay then, gang, thanks for coming by. We got her to 80%.
Yep. People could not figure that out, and then we got to heroic, and we spent even longer on her little poops. Oof.
Oof.
So yeah, as a guild, we've grown.
Oh, for sure. It's funny is that we haven't had those little mount robots drop for us. We've had what, like 3 drop for us, like in the beginning of Megatorg, and we haven't seen one
The very
since.
first time we ever fought him, we had at least 2 drop, and never,
Yeah.
never again since.
I was talking to Slide a few days ago, and I was realizing that we have only had drops on that boss for that mount in the very first time that we cleared him, but then we realized that we've only really cleared him like once, I think, on normal, because then we went into heroic. So I think we've only really cleared him like 2 or 3 times total, so that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's true, yeah.
We have certainly never gone back on normal, as I sit 7 of 8 completed on normal.
Old man shouts at Cloud, come on, get us back in normal. I gotta kill Jaina.
It's only gonna take like 30 minutes! Come on!
Well, and it's funny because the longer that we don't go back to do it on normal, we're gonna forget how to do it on heroic. We had that problem with blockade. So we make it to blockade and we spent all Thursday on it, and I just feel like we kind of just forgot how to do that fight because we haven't gone back into normal for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think tonight or this week we will finally down blockade on heroic, because we were getting pretty close at the end there.
Maybe you will. I only have half the time to play. Let's go. You guys are gonna beat Jaina, and then it's gonna be like, okay, guys, the guild's over. Thanks, everyone. And I will sit here brokenhearted, tried to win, but only farted.
Aaron's got a Southern Belle coming into town on one of our raid nights, so he's gonna miss out on raid to go out in the country with his lady.
Ooh, girl. Nope, she's coming.
And we're gonna
here
kill
to the
Jaina,
city.
and then
Yep,
he's
and
never gonna
you're
get a heroic kill.
Nope, never. I'll have to pug it, and then pugs are mean.
Because we got blockade to 4% on our second to last pull, and I was like, we got this. Once we learn how to soak those circles better, we're going to be fine. Because I was the emergency soaker boy. Because with being a frost mage, I can ice block twice. And I had to use that every time because people were not standing in those gosh dang circles. If you see a circle, stand in it. That's what Aaron's dad always says. One for showing, one for blowing.
You know, one for cloaking, one for soaking. The 2 abilities that a mage has.
I see you over there, Soka boy.
I know that they said, as a guild, we're going to basically vote on where we're starting. So are we going to start at Mythic Champions of the Light and try to gather our 20 folks and kick the one extra? Are we going to start at Blockade and down that and go into Jaina? Or are we just going to start on Heroic? Or will we start on Normal and get Aaron his Jaina kill? Vote now.
Use the hashtag Phoenix Fusion Rating.
God, there are just so many choices for tonight. Just like there's so many choices in tonight's Time Warp! Okay, so for the few, like one of you maybe, who's jumping on late, episode 16, don't know what we're doing. Time Warp is, one of us calls it, like I just did, and the other two have 40 seconds, the time of an actual Mage's Time Warp, to answer trivia questions. Now, we talk a big game. We talk about living in Borealis, loving the people there, but how many of you guys actually know? So, in the infamous Assault by the Horde, where the Order of the White Griffin saved the Market District, can you name me the people that we saved?
What do you mean?
The vendors there.
You
the
want
named
vendors'
vendors.
names?
Oh.
Oh, God. When do we start?
1, 2, 3, go.
Well, she's in the city, so I'll say Catherine Proudmore. I'll say Talia. I will say...
Thaumaturge Vasheen. That's the T-Mog guy. He sells you Azurite stuff. Does that count? God, who's the guy I always turn in quests to? I always turn in crafting mats. I'm gonna say Thomas Haypenny. I don't even know the turtle's name who gives us our quest.
Roko.
Buck. Does he count?
Hey, he's there.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go with Sarah.
Time.
Who knows vendors' names? Who?
Well, I actually do know one because he's my guy I go to all the time. But
The panda guy.
Yeah, but in the Borealis Market Square, we have these fine folks: Allison Weber, Ninty Shomes, Sarah
I said
Bartlett.
that, I'm pretty sure.
You did not.
I said Sarah.
You said Sarah. You didn't say Bartlett. Miri Fiddlewiz, Patrick Markson, Risky Liz Saminario, Phil Grisham, and my boy, Ban Pearlpaw.
Who's supposed to know any of those names?
I would like to formally make a petition that Roko counts because he is in that market most of the time.
He's not. He doesn't sell nothing. Actually,
He does sell something, and his walking path does take him through that marketplace. So, Immune, I'm going to count it.
The T-Mog guy's close. The T-Mog guy's pretty close to the marketplace. He hangs out. He walks around too sometimes.
He's in a distinctly different building. Also, he does not. None of them move.
He's ethereal. You don't see him move, but I see him move.
He's like, I have some essence over there by Ban Pearlpaw. I count.
He's here. I have 50 Taco Bell napkins for you, but I'm gonna take 2. 1 for Showin and 1 for Blowin. Here are your seals.
I know, I'm just imagining a Gilney and you walk up to them, get Blowin or get Showin.
I just heard that in 8.2, he is going to start accepting Taco Bell napkins as a 4th currency to buy your seals. So save them up.
Why would I give those out? They're so useful. I'd rather trade every piece of gold I have before I give him any of my 45 Taco Bell napkins. I've used 2.
Okay, well, I don't have hard liquor in this room, so I'm just going to chug my beer, which isn't a beer. I call it a beer, but it's a truly hard seltzer. So it's the least beer thing you could get.
I'm pretty sure you could get some mouthwash from the bathroom if you wanted.
Excuse me, this is 5% alcohol, so thank you very much. Only 100 calories.
Skinny legend over here.
I guess I'm just gonna chug this. I guess count to 10 or something in unison, and I'll just drink it for that long. Because now we're a college fraternity.
Chug,
One,
chug, chug, chug,
two,
chug, chug,
three,
chug, chug,
four,
chug, chug,
five,
chug, chug,
six,
chug, chug,
seven,
chug, chug,
8,
chug, chug,
9,
chug, chug,
10.
chug, chug.
It's just really cold.
Brain freeze.
Yeah, actually, kind of, though. That's how cold it was.
Growliina decided to switch gears this week, and instead of talking about current affairs, she asked some of her fellow Worgen about some tender moments they had back at home. Growliina, take it away on this week's segment, Growl on the Prowl.
Hello, everyone. Growliina here on the scene, here in Stormwind Park. I won't lie to you folks, today's report is a more somber one. Being thrust into war to save new and old friends' homes, current events have made this little Worgen a tad homesick. I'm here with a friend and fellow beastman, Gorgon, yes, Gorgon the Worgen, to reflect on our home. Gorg, how long have you been a Worgen?
Well, I made this guy in Kata, and I didn't really use him much. But if that counts, then I guess 2010.
And have you made any other Worgen in that time?
No, I haven't.
So to think, almost a decade since you've seen Gilneas. What's the thing you missed most about it?
I don't miss anything. That storyline was really long and boring.
Hold your tongue, sir. I used to live there, you know. I had corner property. Well, I just don't know what to say about your disdain for our home. You must be one of those tree Worgen. Did you enjoy Darnassus as a home?
It was okay. I didn't really go back much after leaving first.
Did you participate in the fight to take it back from the Horde? Did you see it burn?
No, I didn't log in during that time.
Well, count yourself lucky, Gorg. It's quite a thing for one to watch their kin burn. This is usually the part where I send it back to the studio, but I think I just want to sit here in quiet contemplation.
Can I go?
Nope, just a little longer.
I am pulling for those kids. I really hope they get back home soon. You guys, to introduce a new segment, I need a moment.
I hope you find your dad.
We're all rooting for you out there, kids. We're all rooting for you. So speaking of crocodile tears, people have been complaining about the length of the Kultiran Unlock quest, which we talked about last episode, no, 2 episodes ago. People are complaining about how long it takes to get the Kultiran allied race. And I sat there and I was like, are you for real right now? It wasn't that long.
No,
Yeah.
It's 7th Legion you have to do for them, right?
Well, they were saying that the quest in itself. So once you go down and you talk to Anduin and you start the quest to unlock the allied race, they're saying that quest where you get the lumber was too long. And I'm like, what?
I'll give them one thing. It's probably the longest of the allied races unlock quest lines, and I will admit I did it in 2 sittings, but that's only because I only had like a 20-minute period to start it, and then I finished it later. But I don't think it was like obnoxiously long, and I enjoyed the story, and it was fun and enjoyable.
We even had people in the guild who were saying like, oh, I can't believe I have to fly all the way across continent to get this quest done. And I'm like, it's a fun little like story quest. It's not hard at all. It's not like, sure it's a little long, but it's not terrible.
And it also really like reflects the race, I feel like. And granted, they were new people, I guess, but I always think back to I did the Lightforged Draenei and the Void Elf ones instantly, and those quests just felt so hollow. even though last week's sexiest NPC of the week, the Bartos, was there at the Light Forged one. It was like one room. That one felt long, even though it was only one quest. And like the Void Elf one was 4 enemies and a mini boss, and then it
Oh
was
my
just
god,
over.
it was so short.
Yeah. It's like, so I'm glad that there's an amount of content to feel like I earned it.
You're right. It totally fits like the class as the race aesthetic. You gotta get the lumber, and you gotta make it not spooky, and you gotta do this and that. And I don't know. I just feel like building a ship is gonna take a while. Okay, you can't build a ship in a day. That's what the Romans used to say.
And I also just like the quest in general because it introduced these new characters, and like you have this whole team on this boat now in the harbor of Stormwind, which is showing the bond between the Coltirans and the Alliance in general. So I feel like it's necessary. And then like on top of all that, you get to revisit the memory of Tiffin.
When she got brained by that rock.
I wonder if we're the only people to laugh at the death of Tiffin.
I think it's only ever been shown in comic form, but in that panel, it's like it's a 3-panel structure from the same angle of her looking over the railing, her getting pinged in the head, and then her off panel as Anduin goes, Tiffin, ... No! Rookie of the Year was out there and beamed you in the head with a rock.
Rookie of the Year.
No!
Oh boy.
Angels in the outfield out there just threw a strike.
So you can't see me right now, but right now I'm doing the Angels in the outfield wings flap. So just pretend you can see me doing it.
And right now I'm pointing at
I
the
just pointed at
WrestleMania sign.
I just pointed at WrestleMania sign.
We can't wait. Are you both going to WrestleMania? Is this a match we're having?
Confirmed, we have a match at WrestleMania. It's Aaron and I.
I'm ending my long career in which I can't move my neck anymore by fighting Immunization at WrestleMania.
The crowd goes mild because I was the last person that they wanted Aaron to fight at WrestleMania.
Oh. But on the same level of complaints, when we talked about the eShop toys coming out, they had just come out like the hour before we had recorded. Boy, did I really underestimate the amount of vitriol and hatred the community was going to have towards these toys. People are so upset. I can't believe Blizzard is making another money grab. I can't believe they'd release toys in the eShop. It's like, what? Part of it is going towards the esports. It isn't that big of a deal that a company wants to make money. That's how companies work.
Yeah, sometimes you have to pay for things.
Though I can attest, if you haven't purchased the toys yet, buy the Transmorpher Beacon. Do not buy
I was about to say, yeah, is there anyone who enjoys the fireworks?
The fireworks suck, and I am going through every avenue I can to complain about it to get it fixed. The problem with the fireworks is they have to be planted on a fresh corpse of the opposite faction.
So someone you've just killed.
Someone you just killed. However, if that person has released, you can't use the toy on their corpse. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you been killed and you just sat there and stared and didn't press the release button?
Literally never.
I think I slapped that release button before it even like comes up on my screen.
Yeah, like you hit it immediately because you don't want them to /kiss your corpse or to /spit on your corpse or to plant a flag. You want to get out of there immediately because you feel shame. So the fireworks don't work if the person released. So basically, you never get to see them because who the fuck? If I kill somebody who was AFK at a flight point, then I got to see it. That's the only time I've gotten to use it so far is when I killed an AFK guy, and it doesn't feel very good.
They should make it so that you can use it until the person comes back and respawns, or until the person like releases to a graveyard or like and spawns at the spirit.
Yeah, like just make it so like I can use it near a corpse of a guy that I killed. Don't make me have to target, because literally I can't do it any faster. Because when you kill somebody, once you kill them, they leave your little targeting spectrum. So you have to give them a click and then press the button. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of APM. Like I can't make it that quick. It's impossible. I have 2 clicks. They have 1. How am I gonna do it? I've tried, and I play StarCraft 2. I'm Silver League 3v3, so look out. That's not a very good ranking, if you couldn't tell.
I know very little, but I would assume silver anything is like, yay, you did
Kind of the
it.
bronze. But I think we can all attest that the Transmorpher Beacon is fucking amazing. That thing makes raids so much fun.
I liked just turning into people. There was a moment when we were fighting Blockade last week. I turned into some dude from Burning Crusade, and I go in the chat, who the fuck is this man? And everyone turned around at me, and it was just a guessing game for a little bit, and then you could hear everyone whipping out their phones like, who is this man? Blood Elf Plagues.
Oh, my favorite part was how, like, even during the fight, like, all of our, like, new, people were, like, screaming their voice lines during the fight and, like, all overlapping over each other. So, like, if you don't have voice lines disabled, then, like, that's all you're hearing in game. Just, like, all these characters screaming things at the boss.
We did make a little fuck up, and we did it on Mechatorque. So we're inside of the bots, and a lot of us have, what are they called? We have strings of weak auras that say our names above our heads. That way people can see us. And so instead of seeing our weak aura names, you just see like, I will end you. Yeah, it's just like everyone's just shouting. And I'm like, guys, we fucked up. We should not use it for this one. Yeah, buy that one. Do not buy the fireworks until they fix it. And write them in strongly worded email telling them why you're not buying the fireworks. Tell them Slide sent you. We'll get them together.
But speaking of things that people complained about, during the developer Q&A, they announced that basically the complaining worked because they're going to be reinstating the Caverns portal.
So that no one can go there.
Except me last week when I needed to go there.
You should ask them for money back. I did your tailoring quest line. Literally, the 1 to 2 weeks it was gone. Money, please.
I demand the compensation of 8 silver for making that flight point.
They might as well give me some money back because so far this tailoring toy has not lived up for anything. Like there have been like 4 or 5 times when I've like mended a rift and it's given me nothing. Or one time when I mended it and then this dinosaur popped out and attacked me.
Wait.
What the fuck, tailoring lady?
He mended the rift. A dinosaur pops out and he kills it. And tell them what it gave you.
So I kill the dinosaur. I'm like, whoa, this dinosaur just tried to kill me. And then I like loot the body and it like he dropped like his bones worth like 5 silver.
He dropped 3 gray items for nothing.
I'm like glad I spent my time on this questline. I'm glad I spent the mats to make this thing that made me 12 silver.
At least you can interact with the world. I don't even use mine. Mine just doesn't exist. It just sits in my bag. So I'm like, I'm not gonna use it.
I am normal level alchemy 85. I'm halfway there.
Wait. So you've been leveling up your normal alchemy to get it? Like, what do you have to?
I've been in Blowin forest picking weeds all week.
What do you grinding out? Do you have a guide or are you just like freeballing it?
I'm just freeballing, but
oh god.
But now I've gotten to the point where I have to start making potions that are based on older potions. So I have to go to Blowin Forest, pump a bunch of those out, go to Red Ridge, pump those out, fly down to Duskwood. It's not fun, fam, to get a level 45 item that I need to use my BFA one. Just make me pay like 3,000 to buy a Philosopher's Stone.
You could probably buy the mats real cheap on the auction house. You check that yet?
You can't learn the recipe unless you're 200.
Oh no.
Well, I guess back
it is
to
the
picking
bane
them
of my
flowers.
existence, and I was gonna make it my top toot, but the more I think about it, the less of a toot I could give about it.
Now it's gonna be your little toot. Damn. Well, hey, that sucks. So back to the dev QA. Basically, all the complaining got them to say that they're going to put back in the Caverns of Time portal. It's fine. It's whatever. I feel like people can get around without it. But they also revealed a much more important feature that's coming soon.
What was said important feature?
The ability to hide your chest.
After hearing about Tepartos last week, they got it over the horn. They're like, and it's so spicy because he doesn't wear a shirt.
I
And they
think
put
Blizzard has like a wire somewhere in this recording studio in Borealis because they had to have heard us because like they announced this literally like the day after we recorded. We hadn't even posted it yet.
Ion put down the headphones and he was like, they're right, Tepartos is hot. We need to get on this stat.
I will not stand for this hero's callboard pronunciation of Ian's name. You get that will out of your head. It's Ian Hazakostas.
Ion.
I've heard that, and I was like, no, it's Ian. My boy, I shook his hand at BlizzCon. We're basically
You
best
stole
friends.
his wine cup because he was
I
wine
didn't steal his
drunk.
wine glass. He set it down, and I was like, Ian, touch this. And it was empty. This is mine now. And then it broke, okay? Ian, if you listen to this, it was just a prank, bro.
I mean, we know he's listening.
Yeah,
obviously he
he's
has
stealing
to
our
be.
trade secrets.
So yeah, I'm excited for the ability to hide my chest because then it means that shirts are going to become a lot more viable. And let me tell you, there are some real good ass shirts out there in the world. I highly recommend, if you haven't done so yet, go back to the Brawlers Guild and do the random brawl because each boss you kill in there drops a shirt. So you can get like a fuck ton of shirts from Brawlers Guild.
Or
Build that collection now.
Or you can hit up your local tailor, me, to make you some shirts, because I am back in business, boys.
Or you can just have your Worgen puppies out all the time.
Puppies?
They're small and they're cute.
So you don't confuse them with big mountains.
No, because they're not, okay? She went through a lot of ridicule in middle school because she didn't get big like the rest of the girls, okay?
No, they're small and humble.
Exactly. That's why she was really good at swimming. She was all states, damn it.
Humble, small and humble. I feel like a lot of the QA was kind of the same, like, like deflection, we can't say it. But we got those two pieces of information, and then we got a very important third piece of information. Ian said that the dev team was seriously considering the idea of a level squish. The idea that they might squish levels back to 60. How do you guys feel about a level squish? It might not happen, but where do you guys stand on the great level squish
Do you
debate?
mean like eye levels?
No, I mean like levels. I mean like Growliina will no longer, one day, one patch, she'll wake up and she won't be 120.
She'll be a level 160 or a level 60 fire mage.
A level 60 fire mage. How do you feel about this?
Does that mean that older content will just be available sooner?
Okay.
So like you
I
get
imagine
Outland at like
they would
10?
They'd probably squish it down so that you would gain less XP to make leveling a little longer throughout each level to make each zone relevant, I guess.
I will make it known now. I hate it. And I see what they're going for. Like, it might on paper look bad that, like, the levels just keep going up and up and up, and, like, a few years from now, people will be, like, level 200. But I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it'll just feel bad if 60 is just the max, because then, like, and it'll mess up everything, too. This whole regional thing that they said that you can, like, level through all these different ones in these level ranges, they'll have to change all that. It'll be a lot of work for them, I think. And I don't think anyone was complaining about this, were they?
Well, people complain about everything, and people are saying that the leveling feels a little bad.
Yeah, but not for that reason. Or maybe I'm not in the majority on this, but I am okay with the way it is now, and I like how different levels represent different regions, and these are the levels that you were when you were in that area. So, if you're level 60, you are in that general area. I don't know, it just makes sense to me.
Well, now they've kind of made it all weird because you had to be 80 to go to Northrend, and now you're 60 in Northrend. So now they're kind of already shying away from that. But Aaron, what do you think? What's your stance on a level squish?
I would have to agree just because I think making the content take longer is good for people who are like dedicated like us. I love leveling. So you tell me like, oh, you get to like you get more time to go through all the zones. And I'll be like, hell yeah. But a lot of people really just want to get to the thing that they are advertising. So it's like, oh, to get like Coltiris and stuff like that. If that takes any longer, you're going to get people upset because they're going to be like, well, it takes me 17,000 years to get there now because the leveling experience is longer. Or they'll be like, well, now I have to buy my way to level 60 to highest level, and you guys are stealing my money again.
Wait,
I just think
so like this wouldn't make leveling any faster or slower, would it? It would just make it so that every one level before would only be a half of a level now, I think, right?
That's how I would assume they would do it, but I really don't know. I'm not sure, but I think that I'm for a level squish. I
hmm.
I can kind of see where they're coming from. I kind of went through this as I was leveling my Colterin. I hit level 60 and I was like, hell yeah, fuck, I'm halfway there. Gee, I have to go through all of this and all of this. I think the idea is that to someone who's leveling or to someone who's new, 120 is kind of daunting to get you from 0. And it's not even like the fact that it takes long, it's like a numbers game. You see 120 and you're like, fuck, I'm level fucking 40. I've got a while to go. And I don't know if I want to be level 180. Like that just feels that feels so weird, and it feels so like such a weird level to be at. 180, 160, like they're not numbers that normally like stand out as like milestones. So I think I kind of want a level squish. I don't think it would change much of anything other than it feels weird to lose levels. It would feel really odd to like lose 60 levels. It feels like you have like a power loss. And that's the one downside I can see with it, is that visually it just kind of feels bad or something. Like imagine you play this classic and you got 60 to 70 to 80 to like, you know, like you level them up all the way through. And now he's back to like classic levels of 60. That's where I think it feels bad. But I think in practice, I think it might be a good idea for the game. I think I support it.
Knowing Blizzard, though, there'll probably be like weeks upon weeks of fixes that they'll have to make to deal with all the problems that this level squish and all the things that are tied to certain levels that you have to be and fixing it. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah. No, it for sure would be a huge mess. There are achievements tied to being certain levels, items that you can wear. It would be a pretty big overhaul, and I think that's why they're probably kind of not ready to like even think about implementing it, because the coding it would require to change around would be a total pain in the ass. So
and to change when you get abilities, because that's also another thing is I wouldn't want the leveling experience to get longer than it is, because having leveled some boys recently, it's like sometimes you want to feel cool, you want to get your wombo combos that you get at like 60 or 70 or whatever.
but
If those
also
take even longer to get, I'm like, I really don't want to just lightning bolt into frost shock this guy for another 20 hours.
I don't think it would take as long though, because I was noticing on my rogue, once I hit level 80, I have everything unlocked other than the 100 talent in my talent bar from the talents. I would have all my baseline abilities by 80, and I'd have to level through 40 more levels, gaining no more abilities. So I think they could chunk it up very nicely to make it so you have that power gain through 60. Because it would feel weird. Once we hit 80, we will learn nothing but one talent row. And that feels kind of... Oh, no, there's a 90, right? So we would learn 2 talent rows.
There's a 100 as well.
So, like, we would learn 2 talent rows. And that feels a little weird, too. Like, because then we're not getting that power gain. And we're not seeing that level increase. So, I don't know.
Speaking of talent rows, though, if we have a level squish of 60, we'll have half as many talents. So they will need to decide what is a talent and what is something that you get from leveling, because that's 6 abilities you won't get.
They would probably find a way to squish it down to make maybe like a new talent tree or something that
I
would
would
kind
just,
of.
yeah, like every 10 you get a new thing. Because there's 6 of them, right?
Yeah, I bet that's what they would do. Every 10 you get a new one, right? There is.
Yeah, so maybe we're
Is
just
that.
overthinking this, and then like it won't really make that much of a difference on paper.
Yeah, I think if anything, it would just be a number visual of just seeing 60 instead of 120, which, like, that is super fucking weird. Like, that would take a while to get used to. But I think it wouldn't be that bad for the game. Hard to implement, but I think it'd be good for a while.
You know what else is honestly just great for WoW?
What?
Our sexiest, smallest, sexiest NPC of the week.
Ooh,
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 who
ooh,
is it? Who? Who?
ooh.
Who?
This week's sexiest NPC of the week is the one, the only High Tinkerer, Gelbin Megatork.
Ooh.
Size doesn't matter. Or does it?
I don't know. He's a small boy, but he was still able to push that button in the end.
Baby. Hold on, let me get some Gelbin jokes ready.
My dick.
It's a problem. It comes very quick, and it has a hair trigger, just like all of my machinations.
Honestly, I think with that new cinematic, they made Gelbin look pretty cute. Not gonna lie.
It was a distinct choice to have, when he exploded, his arms burst off, and so you saw like his rippling, like,
Yeah, that's right. I work out.
muscles.
I work out.
Even Jaina, like, people are like, we have to, like, you should hit the magic button, and she's like, hold up. Gelby though. I want to see what Gelby can do.
Ugh, it's so tight in this armor.
And she's like, hell yeah, it is.
You know Gelbin's a dirty little freak because he made those X-ray specs where you can see everyone's naked bodies, which I use all the time on my gnome. So you know he's down the clown and some freaky naughty shit. Burp.
He did add a car to the Deep Run tram called the Mustache Ride. And then when you try and get on it, it's just Gelbin laying down horizontally.
Ladies first.
Let me just say, I would ride Gelbin's mustache, and I have.
It'd be like a little teddy bear that also invented half of the technology in World of Warcraft.
I'm honestly afraid to see what like sexual devices Gelbin can create because that's kind of scary. Gnomish technology knows no bounds, and I don't know where he'd draw the line.
Yeah, they've never held back in the like the sense of safety. It's like
It's an entire Mechanostrider that goes in your ass.
Why can't he use this technology to save Nomergon? It's been so long, Gelbin. What are you doing? Stop making these sexual dildos. Stop making these weird rideable Mechanostriders. Fix Nomergon.
Honestly, this is going to be a me-specific poll, because no one else has read Richard Knack's 2010 magnum opus Wolfheart. But when Gelbin Mechatork showed up to the meeting, he was leaning back, one hand on his head, the other on his hips, in his Mechanostrider. And Richard did everything in his power not to write the literal phrase "big dick energy" as he rolled up.
Hashtag little gnome, but BDE.
Yeah, Biodecomposer. It's one of the moves I do on Mythic. Also, I whip my little penis out.
I also whip
You
around
can't
my
tell.
big dick energy.
I was trying to think of more quotes he says in the raid, but I think I said the one I know. You got a small problem on your hands. But what else does he say?
It's like,
I'm gonna show you a Special treat!
or something like that when he does the
Or something about his
the
greatest
cannon.
invention.
This is my greatest invention!
And it's just like the stun gun robots. It's like, really? You invented like a city, Gelbs.
Or he's like, let's see
Really?
how you deal with this little gadget.
That is one. Yeah,
And
I
it's
like
and
that
it's that's the one where you just go behind the pillars, right? It's like pretty
No.
easily, Gelbs.
No. That's the one where he whips out his dick.
one. All I want is for Gelbin in his mech suit to just step on me. Just step on my neck. Come on, Gelvin, what are you waiting for? Get in there.
I'm going to do what all you hornies hate. I'm going to step on you slow and choke you until you pop a little boner.
Oh, well, you know what they say.
I
You
know
know
you
what they
hate
say,
that.
Gelvin. One for Showin, one for Blowin. And with that, Gelvin, your award is in the mail.
We'll make sure to get him his award tonight when we face him in raid.
he just makes you goo and then he throws Taco Bell napkins on you.
Here for the cleanup. You'll only need one. They're really good.
Don't worry, Gelvin. I sent you your award through one of my engineering portals you probably made for me. So there you go. Enjoy. And with that, I think it's time to close the show out with our top toots of the week. Aaron, what's your current top toot of the week?
My top toot of the week was that in the Brawlers Guild, other than the one I threw, I did not lose a single fight. There were even some that I did not know ahead of
Ooh.
time, and I'm like, oh shit, I can figure this out. And I was able to sit there in the stands and watch people do the fights that I had complete and fail them, and I'm like, ha, you fool. Like Ash Ketchup or whatever, one-shotted that
God.
motherfucker.
Wait, you're telling me that there's a boss in there that's like named after Ash Ketchum?
Yep.
He's a Draenei who wears a little red hat.
His entire thing is that he just throws critters at you. It's like, I choose you, go, go, go. And if you
I
get
think the
hit by
ability
the
is called
critters,
It's called Pick'em, right? It's like Pick'em
yeah,
or something like
it's
that.
pick 'em or I choose you.
That's fun.
And you have to dodge his things. I fought Meccano Bruce. I fought the lady like Tim Riceman, who's like, I'm
Wait,
just going to throw down the rice.
did you face Robe Robber Robert?
I did not.
Oh, did you see anyone fight him?
No.
Stacy Keebler is frowning right now.
From her place in wrestling heaven.
She's got legs. How's her theme song?
And you can hear it at
WrestleMania Mania.
Hey, it's me, Flo Rida.
Pump it up,
I'm
pump it up.
gonna go
Are you
blow up
ready?
some mages in Duskwood. Or I'm sorry,
For the
some
Survivor
level
Series.
35. So, Slidewhistle, what is your top toot of the week?
I have many top toots, but I think I am going to introduce a new option for this segment, and that is going to be my bottom boot.
Whew.
I had a major fuck up, and I was very sad about it. So I was doing Raid of Battlegrounds. I'm on Eye of the Storm, which is the one I was talking about where you can Coltier and punch people off last episode.
It's the purple one,
It's Yep, the purple one from Burning Crusade with the really old art. I was assigned for my first time in my life to be a flag sitter. I've never set the flag. I'm a fire mage in PvP, so I'm out there dealing damage. I'm flag sitting. We have 2 bases. The enemy has 2 bases. I can see the rogue. Where I'm talking in voice chat to the rogue sitting across from me at his base. We're talking. His flag gets capped, and I'm like, dude, you're on the flag. What the fuck happened? How did that happen? Like, you're right there. And I'm talking to him about what happened. And then I hear, boop, boop. I had the same thing happen to me. I was sitting there talking, not watching my flag, and a rogue capped the flag I was supposed to be watching. So we lost the match because all 4 of our flags got capped, and me and the rogue, who let our flags get capped, could not get them back. And we shamefully had to lie and say, no, we called incoming in voice chat, but nobody was in voice chat, so nobody saw it. So we just completely lost the game because of our lack of map awareness. So this is a PSA. Watch your flags, please. Don't be like me.
no.
What a bottom boot.
Boo.
Boo. What about you, man? You have a top toot or a bottom boo?
Well, I only prepared a top toot of the week because I didn't realize that we were giving out bottom boots.
Same.
So I will have to say my top toot of this week is along the lines of last week, and it has to do with leveling my Culturian, and in particular, a quest line in the Swamp of Sorrows where I've never leveled there before, so I didn't get this storyline before. And I guess there's a whole storyline there where you're like trying to help out the broken Draenei, which I didn't realize were introduced during this time period at the same time as the normal Draenei were introduced. I thought they were like a newer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom boo.
Listen, okay? And you know, you're working with this normal Draenei who is trying to help heal one of these broken Draenei who is dying. So you like collect all these things to try to save him, and nothing works. And then I was sad, like this Draenei is just gonna die. And then all of a sudden, this portal from the Exodar appears. And then, like, speaking of sexiest NPCs, Daddy Velen like pops out of the portal, and I'm like, whew, Daddy. And he comes out and he's like, "It's okay, guys. You tried your best. This Draenei cannot be saved today." And then he just casts a spell, and the broken Draenei disappears into the light. I'm like, Velen can
fuck?
just kill people now like that.
No, it's okay. They're not people. They're broken. They can never come back. And then
Have you seen my son, Rakish?
We go to Argus, and it's like, we have developed a serum to bring broken back. And he's like, no, I don't think you have. As he's like trying to kick the table to make it fall over. Nope, sending them to the light's the only way.
So yeah, I thought that was my top two of the week. It was interesting to see Velen again. You know, my daddy.
It's just nice to I guess he did have his time in the sun, but I never think about the fact that my dad I get to see 2 times every week, and his Gilnean self just around. Your dad's been absent for what, like 5 months now?
He was really here all the time when we were in Legion, and we were literally on the Exodar with him, or not the Exodar, the other flying ship. But yeah, then he's just been absent. I don't even know where he's been.
He's in the throne room sitting on the couch.
I want to rewind to when Aaron said Velen had his time in the sun, and I'm very sad that you didn't say he had his time in the sun. Well, come on, the Sunwell. Remember the Sunwell?
Remember when the Blood Elves kidnapped Anaru to like teach us magic, and then she was just like, yes, and then they did. No one ever.
And then they were like, let's eat it.
Not enough people fucking talk about the fact that the Blood Elves stole the light. They kidnapped a god and like poked her in the basement, like, give us your magic. Come on, baby, I'm good for it.
And Velen was so forgiving. He was like, hey, it happens, whatever. This is Velen's new voice. What's up?
Hey, guys, it's fine. Go ahead and butt chug the magic.
Oh, no!
My client did not take Anaru down his anus.
Velen just pulls out two tubes. Well, you know what they say. One for Showin, one for Blowin.
Oh, god damn it.
And then he said, butt chugging. What is that?
Butt chugging. I have no knowledge of this this thing.
That is Tennessee's finest export, is the butt chugging meme. That for sure, 100%. Fuck Dollywood. Fuck all that. It's definitely the butt chugging video.
Does my client look like he would have ever
Oh,
butt chugged? As you can see, the dude like physically impacted when at the syllables of butt chug.
She's like shrinking in the background, like, oh god. Obviously, I do. I think we're out of here. If you have any comments, questions, complaints, butt chugging videos, memes, anything at all, you can email it to us at donotrelentlpod@gmail.com, or you can tweet at us at donotrelentlpod on Twitter. Or what about you guys? Where can we find you in the internet?
You can best find me on Twitter at New Era Alex.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter. And you can find my alternative podcast, Heroes Callboard, on Twitter and iTunes. We had a bunch of postings there, but some of the papers flew off. So we've recently been trying to collect some, but coming up here, we're going to nail them back up, and we're going to have cool new content for you. As long as you're not a healer, apparently.
Ooh. Well, we're not going to talk about that segment.
I would never heal, ever.
People like to heal.
Healing? What is that?
Anduin 316 says, I just healed your ass. Alright, but anyway, we're out of here. Catch you guys next week. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.
Grookey gang, grookey gang, grookey gang, grookey gang, grookey gang, grookey gang.